Hi, I'm John Weeks, and this is the Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, why scientists have grown beef inside rice. But first, the Nova C Odysseus lander is on its way to the moon after a successful launch into space aboard SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket. If all goes to plan, Odysseus could attempt a lunar landing in 7 days' time on February the 22nd. But what is this lander specifically being sent to the moon for? Well, among the items it's taking to the lunar surface is a radio receiver system that will study lunar plasma, which is created by solar winds and other charged particles raining down on the moon's surface. Other payloads will test technology that could be used on future lunar landing missions, such as a new sensor that could potentially help guide precision landings. If it completes a successful descent onto the moon, Odysseus is expected to operate for roughly 2 weeks, or 1 lunar day. The Mayor of London has warned there was nearly serious disorder in the capital after an AI-generated audio clip of his voice criticising Remembrance Weekend events was shared on social media. The deepfake voice mimicking Sadiq Khan said he didn't care about the Remembrance Weekend and suggested the commemorations should be postponed to allow for a pro-Palestinian march to go ahead. Sadiq Khan told BBC Radio 4's Why Do You Hate Me podcast that current legislation around deepfakes is not fit for purpose, and said the audio creator got away with it after the Metropolitan Police said the material did not constitute a criminal offence. Scotland Yard says officers continue to review material and content related to this, and they're also consulting with colleagues from the CPS, given this relates to very new and emerging technologies. Now, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, has teased that the next version of the chatbot will be a little better at everything. At the World Government Summit in Dubai, he said the model will be a little bit smarter than the current GPT-4 model. The next version will reportedly offer better personalization, make fewer mistakes, and handle more types of content, eventually including video. Sam Altman's comments come on the heels of a report that claimed he's chasing trillions of dollars in funding to accelerate the pace of AI innovation. Next, for the first time, scientists have grown beef cells inside grains of rice. I know what you're thinking. Why? Well, researchers in South Korea are calling their creation, which looks like pink clumpy rice, a nutritious and flavourful hybrid food that could offer a more affordable protein food source with a smaller carbon footprint. And the stats do add up. They said their hybrid rice has 8% more protein and 7% more fat compared to regular rice, plus it's estimated to release less than 6.27 kilograms of carbon dioxide, while beef releases 8 times more. Plus, they said if it was commercialised, it would be 6 times cheaper than buying beef. So Yun Park of Yonsei University, who worked on the hybrid rice, said it could one day serve as food relief for famine, military ration, or even space food. A small surgical robot on board the International Space Station has successfully completed its first trial surgery in zero gravity. The robotic device called Space Myra performed several operations on fake human tissue, all guided by a team of doctors 250 miles away on Earth. Space Myra uses its left arm to grasp and its right arm to cut, while another part of the device is inserted into the body. There's typically an input and output lag between the commands sent by doctors on Earth and the actions performed by the robot remotely of approximately 0.85 of a second. But doctors said all tests were completed despite the delay. Coming up, why grey squirrels outcompete reds and how men and women interpret emojis differently. Welcome back. All gamers, look away now. Sony has revealed it's not going to drop the price of the PS5 anytime soon. In a call with investors, the company's top brass said the PS5 is entering the latter half of the console cycle, but despite its old age, they claimed the high cost of parts meant a steep discount was off the table. And to add to the pain, top execs said the company has no plans to release major game franchises until March next year. However, there are plenty of other studios working on games for the PlayStation this year, including releases such as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered, and Silent Hill 2. Next, grey squirrels versus red squirrels. It's a battle as old as time that's usually won by the invasive greys that actually originate from North America. They outcompete the native reds for food and space and carry a disease called the squirrel pox virus, which kills the reds but has no known lasting effect on the greys. However, a study published in the Journal of Medical Microbiology suggests another reason greys always come out on top could be down to their gut bacteria. Researchers at the University of Surrey found that grey squirrels have a more diverse gut bacteria, which could also give them an edge, helping them digest things like calcium from tree bark. The study found that greys not only have better general health and immunity than reds, but they also have a broader diet and are able to access a wider range of resources. And finally, it turns out women interpret emojis differently to men. The University of Nottingham recruited 523 adults, 49% men and 51% women, to review 24 different emojis, each one representing one of the 6 emotional states: happy, disgusted, fearful, sad, surprised, and angry. They found women were able to more accurately interpret happy, fearful, sad, and angry emoji labels compared to men. Dr. Ruth Fillick, Associate Professor in the School of Psychology at the university, said what they found most interesting is that there are so many individual differences in how people interpret these emojis. You're up to date. Come back at 4 o'clock and search for the Standard podcast for the latest news and analysis. We're back tomorrow afternoon at 1. See you then.